Hi, honey.
I always got to remember which cable I'm with. You know, my mnemonic is Frank is 5, F and F. So Dunkirk is 12. Are we ready? Yep, we're good. Greg Krause and Gabriel Taylor with Cable Access 12. Mike Civiletto's will be joining us in a moment. Here we are at the Dunkirk home opener. Coming off a big year last year. The fans are excited. We're going to talk a little bit more, but right now, let's talk to a couple of our fans that are here. How you doing?
Great to be here, supporting the Marauders.
What do we think about, you excited for the year?
Great start, 2-0. Followed them to the end last year, big supporter. Can't wait to see tonight's game, see what they got.
Yeah, I'm excited too, and they're certainly coming out of the gate. It's a big difference. Last year they came out of the gate 0-2. Everybody was like wondering. We came into this first home game, and they knocked the stuffings out of Springville, and the rest of it was history. This year we're coming in 2-0, feeling pretty good about it. So what do you think? Who are we looking for? Have you been to either of the away games?
No, I haven't, but listen on the radio. Looking forward to seeing the offense move the ball quite effectively tonight with Jazzy Revere at the QB. I heard nothing but good things about him.
Well, thanks, and we'll check in with you afterwards. Good to talk. All right, man. Thanks, Mike. So come on over, Mike. Let's use this as the background. Let's get out of their way. Mike Civiletto will be joining me in the booth tonight, and Mike, we know that we're coming in 2-0. What are your thoughts on the game?
Well, if we're looking at the same type of game we had last time, I'm looking for Dunkirk to put up a lot of points. Really, Fredonia and Westfield Brockton did that the same thing to East Aurora and Holland. So I'm thinking that Dunkirk's going to do the same thing.
Yeah, we did that game up in Brockton, and they stuck around for about a half of the first quarter, and then FWB just took them apart. And frankly, I think Dunkirk's got a little bit more size, a lot more skill and experience. So I think they're heavily favored today.
Yeah, and definitely the Marauders have a running game that's, if not better, than similar to the Badgers. So that's really where the weakness was with Holland or East Aurora Holland last time. So I'm looking for them to really run all over them.
Yeah, I hope we have a game for a while, but I'm really anticipating Dunkirk doing well. Let's see if we can find somebody else to talk to here. Who do we got? How you doing? Good. Hi, Greg Krause with Cable Access 12. What's your name?
Roger Clark.
Roger, you got a son out there?
No, my nephew.
Nephew. Have you been to either of the away games?
No, I haven't.
So you're excited about the year?
Yep.
Tell us, what do we expect to see today?
Hopefully the same thing Fredonia did to them.
Well, yeah, and we were just talking about that game. They handled them pretty well, so I would expect Dunkirk to be heavily favored, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Good. Anybody in particular? Who are you here to watch? Who's your...
Justin Santiago.
And where does Justin play?
Linebacker, wide receiver.
Perfect. Well, good luck today. I think Dunkirk's in good shape, but they still got to play the game, right? Yep. All right, let's see who else we got. Let's see if we can get a student. How about these guys? How you doing today?
Good. How you doing?
Good. Hi. What's your name?
Jeremiah Brooks.
Jeremiah. Now you got your jersey on. Are you not playing your JV?
No, I played last year. I graduated.
Gotcha. Now, what do you expect this year? Have you been to either of the away games?
Yes, I have.
How'd they look? Because we haven't.
They looked really good. I expect them to be really good this season.
Last year we came into this game. You guys were 0-2. Not sure what to expect. You smoked, and then you started that wonderful run all the way to the cap. I think this team's got the same kind of talent, huh?
I feel the same way. As you can see, these boys look hungry. I feel like they're going to go a long way this year.
Good. Well, thank you very much. As we watch the Marauders head out onto the field, one of the things that we've seen is the numbers keep growing, and nothing helps grow your team and grow your participation like winning. Coach Sarteri's done a great job of getting the program in shape and getting guys out. And I think we did see pretty good numbers from the East Aurora side. I actually was when they were coming out of the locker room, was talking with some of their coaches, and then also one of their players was fired up. So they're not here. Their heads aren't down. They're not expecting to come in here and just roll over. So, like I said, hopefully we'll see a good game today, and maybe they've gotten it together. They do have a first-year coach. Maybe that first game that we saw up in Brockton, was just some of that first game jitters. But we'll head back up to the booth and be ready for the kickoff.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Does this go on Access Live, or is it?
you can go up. You going up? Yeah, whenever you're ready. Yeah, let's go up. Yeah. Yeah. Who are you gonna sit with?
Number 3, that defense man, Quantavious Flexley. Number 7, Devon Barnum. Number 11, Darnell Butts. Number 13, Taiwan Wright. Number 22, Cody Leeper. Number 30, Gabe Vega. Number 33, Malik Carter. Number 59, Anthony Ortiz. Number 7,
Are you looking to see who you can sit with?
Number 74, Peyton Moreland.
That's one for me.
Number 83, Conrad Thomas. And number 84, Kristen Johnson. And the rest of you are Dunkirk Mauraders. The head coaches Mike Sarajevo. Assistant coaches Bob Tenzer, Tim McNamara, Isaiah Rivera, Bryce Cruz, and Dennis Smith.
Yep. Yeah, with the. Oh, they're with you. Yeah, with the chance. Sorry about that. Going back up to the booth.
Well, there you are. I was just calling to say, how'd you find your way in?
The athletic training center.
Oh, you went through that?
Yeah, someone had the door open. Test, test. Testing.
Test one. Are we on? Test one. Test one. That a little bit to it. Test 1, 2. Here we go. Yeah, let's get out of the way. Which is yours?
That's you right there over there.
Okay. All right, so Greg Krause with Mike Civiletto here at the Carl Hepner Athletic Field as we have Dunkirk's home opener. Captains are out getting ready for the coin toss. Interesting game tonight. Dunkirk gets a home game. Like I said, we just talked about it earlier. We're coming into a season with high expectations. Last year, nobody knew what to expect. We came into that first home game 0-2, and not sure when I can remember interviewing both coaches. I remember Coach Sartori was a little nervous. I remember the other coach was very confident. We came into that game, and Dunkirk just took over, and that started the streak that took them all the way to the Section 6 finals and then and beyond. So we're expecting big things. Everybody's expecting big things. Now, we got a little insight on this game, huh, Mike? We watched this team play against the FWB Badgers in Brockton. And we thought that was going to be a close game by looking at the players, talking to the coaches. The first couple of series looked close, and then Fredonia Westfield Brockton just took over.
Yeah, strangely enough, it's a couple weeks later we're looking at the exact same team, and I'm not expecting a whole lot of improvement. But then again, I don't know what they did last week.
Well, we know that they're coming in 0-2. They got beat by Burgard last week, 38-0. So they've got 7 points for the entire season.
Yeah, and those 7 points came in basically garbage time.
Real garbage time, yes, sir.
They were putting in their third and fourth stringers basically at the end of the game. The Badgers were so. Unfortunately for the Blue Devils, I'm not expecting a whole lot out of them, but hopefully they can, come out and have a nice showing.
Well, I think the biggest concern that I would have is that Dunkirk is looking beyond this game. Obviously, they've got a huge game with Olean next week that has kicked it right out of bounds to start the game. So they've got a huge game next week against Olean. The East Aurora's got to hope that right now Dunkirk is looking past this game and thinking, okay, let's get ready for Olean. Frankly, I think Dunkirk has enough talent to look beyond if they have a little bit of a problem early, catch themselves and come back. But that remains to be seen. So it's good to see the Marauders back out on the field.
Yeah, I'm not expecting them to look beyond this just because of the experience they've had in the last couple of years and what they went through last year. I'm thinking that some of these
Jazzy Rivera at quarterback. We're in that power eye that Dunkirk runs with and they're going right back at it, right up the middle. And I a little bit more diversity this year from what we've seen in the first two games, but you can expect Dunkirk to just pound it away. Jazzy Rivera will be handing it off.
Yeah, the Blue Devils looked like they jammed that up, but of course the first couple of plays they're going to figure out each other and see what they're going to put out on the field, see what kind of.
Dunkirk's got again no splits, just pounding away.
And that's 2 plays in a row where they just haven't gone anywhere. So will we see a throw this time or?
Let's see, where are we at? We're at the 40-yard line, 3rd and 7.
Play by number 8, Benjamin Swikart. It'll be 3rd down and 7.
I mean, at this point, if they wanted to do a little swing pass, it would probably be a good way to switch it up a little bit.
Well, they're going to split. They are going to split Isaiah Velez wide. Here's a rollout. He's looking. Whoa, ref got not even close. Yep. So rolling to his right, trying to throw back across his body. That's always a tough throw. So East Aurora Holland comes out. and holds on the first series. They've got to be happy with that. Once again, as I saw East Aurora, they came out of the locker room. I was over around behind, and they weren't conceding anything. In fact, they were very fired up. So,
But this is what they did against the Badgers too. Those first couple series, it was pretty even, and then all of a sudden, the Badgers just broke out.
boy, great coverage by let's see.
That punt is fielded by number 11, Gold Goodberry.
Who is that? Brian Cox? I'm trying to get a number. Boy, we got to get used to that. Yes, Brian Cox with great coverage from the outside. Dunkirk will set the D.
So we'll see what the Badgers have now.
They're going to come out. They run that kind of a pro offense. They're going to. Well, now they got to. Actually, they're going spread offense. Quarterback under center. It still is Nellis.
I'm going with a quarterback sneak.
A little bit of a
I don't know
kind
if
of
that
an
was
option.
a sneak or if that was a.
I think they were running an option, and he just took it upfield as quick as he could. Boy, they don't want to start out. Somebody must have not been on the line because I didn't see anyone jump, but I'll bet that their wideout wasn't there. Boy, that's a heck of a way to start the game.
Oh, so you're saying there was only 10 out on the field?
No, I think that the wide receiver didn't make it up to the line. They're supposed to check out. They had too many men in the backfield, essentially. So, yeah, you'll notice the wide receivers tend to check with at least the veterans, tend to check with the referee to make sure that they're up on the line. Looks like the same play, running the option. Boy, it looked like a mirror of last play, gain of 6.
Quarterback Nellis keeps the ball around the right side. He's going to pick up about 3 or 4 on that play. Be second down and 10.
Dunkirk will dare them to throw a little bit. They'll come up in the box, covering them. Looking very man-to-man.
Safety's in way close.
Motion. Oh, fumble, and Dunkirk's got it. So right off the bat, who's going to come up with that ball?
It's Marauders football. And they'll take over on offense at the 35.
I think Gabe Vega, if I'm not mistaken, picked that ball up. Boy, he came in, I don't know who forced that fumble, but Dunkirk now has the short field as they got 1st and 10 on the 35.
Well, I was noticing that when Nellis was running, he was not protecting the ball very well.
There's that power eye, 3 backs, 3rd man in.
Oh, big run.
And that's how it started in Brockton. Is that after the second series, they broke up a 50-yarder. Here it's a 35-yarder.
And Taiwan Wright comes right out.
Yeah, boy,
6'2",
coming off
214.
and just not only once he got to the second level, there was no way they were tackling him up high the way that they went after him. Only a sophomore coming off a huge year last year.
And their secondary looked a lot smaller than Taiwan.
But that's, Dunkirk Power Football. And
the point after is good. Making the score to Marauders 7.
And how about that? After a year of not kicking one, now they're kicking the ball.
It's push-up time.
Uh-oh. We've got the cheerleaders got to do their push-ups.
They're gonna
Sergeant
be tired
Terrain,
for the day.
he's got them doing their 7.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Well, I was impressed when
All right, let's hear it for
when the
those
rosters
cheerleaders.
came out earlier in the season, and I noticed they've got Dunkirk has 2 female kickers. Always like to see some diversity. That's fantastic, I think.
Who do we got out there to kick off? Let's see. Devin Farnham to Jesus is kicking off. 3 deep for EA. Wow. Wow. That's a great kick. An excellent coverage by the Marauders. Get them at the 16-yard line. Rarely do you see a high school kicker putting the ball into the end zone or at the edge of the end zone, and he just boomed that ball. That's a weapon that Dunkirk, you think about, well, look at how good they were last year. Now let's see what they've lost and what they've gained. And that was a weapon that they did not have. They would just beat the ball down the field and certainly didn't have the field goal opportunity.
Always went for 2.
Yeah.
Takes a little pressure off of the quarterback if he knows he doesn't have to go for 2 every single time.
Sweet.
Darnell Butts with a big wrap up, nice tackle.
Ball carries met by number 11, Darnell Butts. Loss of a yard. Make that a loss. He lost a yard on that play to be second down.
I think they, gained him. No, other way. Gained 1. 2nd and 9. They're, East Aurora right now has to do something to give themselves a, boy, a 3 and out is going to be painful.
Now's about the time that the last game we watched that they tried to air it out a little bit. But
I thought it was on the other side. You're right. I'm wrong. Flag. Got flags on the field as the ball crosses the 20.
Boy, they can ill afford.
Yeah, I can imagine that's
That's
holding on East Aurora.
Eisenbaum.
Holding call against the Blue Devils.
No.
He didn't carry the ball in the opener until the second half, but then he had a nice little second half. So I would expect to see a little bit more of him. It was a pretty steady diet.
That walk-off puts the ball just outside the 10.
Of Eisenbaum, Nellis obviously carrying the ball.
Got a wing left.
And boy, I don't even. Anstead, there you go.
Nellis with a big
Looking
throw.
Boy, it looks like there's going to be threw that right into traffic, but may get paid off.
Flag right there at the spot.
Yeah, we're looking at a pass interference.
Call against the Marauders.
And as we know, that's a spot foul. But I believe, so that'll be spot plus.
It's not a spot foul.
And we just had a
It's not a spot foul. Walk off. Okay.
10-yarder.
It's not an automatic first down. It's a 10-yard.
Ezekiel Torres just came in
Should
as a safety.
15 yard. Yep. Wow. So we got a 15-yard pass interference. Which will it get them the first? No. That'll get them to 2nd and 1. It is not an automatic first. So after trading penalties, East Aurora in a position 2nd and 1 at the 27. Anstead with a big run. And set up to the 35. So East Aurora gets that first first down that they desperately needed.
Make that to 36. That'll be a Blue Devil first down.
So they gave him the spotted the ball on the 36. First down for East Aurora. We've got 4 men going out into the secondary, but
Anstead again.
2nd and 4.
Gain of 5, 6. What are we going to give them? 5? Long 4. Moving the ball though. They're looking more impressive. Obviously after that first drive fumble.
Make it a 2nd down and 6.
Still in there, although they've tightened it up a little less of a spread formation. Loading up, oh boy.
In the backfield. It's Peyton Moreland with the big tackle.
Taking the ball carrier back to the 34-yard line.
And that's what I think we're going to see a lot from Dunkirk is we're probably going to be impressed all night long with how they tackle, how they wrap up their tackles. They're not going to let a whole lot of stuff go by them.
Yeah, Peyton Moreland coming off a big year where he was all league.
Yeah, we're not going to see a lot of people bouncing off of others.
I formation, pro set, looking to throw. Boy, he's under pressure. Heaves it. I think they're going to call it, out of bounds, uncatchable. Looked like the Dunkirk defender had him well covered, and you just can't, if you run over the guy because he stops, they can't throw that flag when it's out of bounds. So now East Aurora in a position where they're going to have to punt.
After East Aurora looked like they were putting together a little series, even though one of them, their largest gain was off of a penalty.
Yeah, that's all right. At least they survived. Not a good punt. Straight up, coming down about a 20-yard punt, and it's going backwards.
Takes some Marauder bounce backwards.
So it is, let's see, it's about a 16-yard net. Oh, my gosh, no, I think it's more like a 14-yard net. It's under 15 because, So the ball went about 20, 22 yards in the air and then took a backwards bounce, was downed in East Aurora territory. So the Marauders again have a short field on the, we'll call it the 45.
They might have almost been better just to run the ball. Just kneel down.
Rivera under center. First back in. Boy, oh boy.
Like a freight train.
Was that Cody Leaper? Yep, Cody Leaper up the middle. First back in, and just East Aurora is going to have to get low. They're going to have to tackle if they're going to try to stop Dunkirk at all. Double tight. Kind of an offset. Uh-oh, ball's on the, Rivera's got it. That was right at the handoff. That was their own doing. Rivera set it on his hip. Wasn't a good exchange. Ball ends up on the turf, and Rivera was quick enough and got on it, covered it.
Was he trying to give it to the second running back coming
Yeah, it was. Yeah. They just lined up in power. They put the one back was over already there, and they were just power backing it and just missed the handoff. Now we got a 3rd and 2 in what I'm sure is 4-down territory. Quarterback sneak. Rivera, boy, that's got to be about. Boy, that was a
26.
So effective with that last year. They did such a good job, and used that play. I don't know why more teams don't use it more often. Obviously, Rivera's got excellent running skills as well, so just put their head down and went. So we got a first down on the 28.
You have to be really confident in your center as well.
Boy, look at the no splits at all. They really tighten it up.
Hang on to the ball.
Ezekiel Torres. Zeke Torres boy, the line is just blowing him out. He was to the second level before he got touched. He's not going to get, they're lucky that they grabbed his pad and hauled him down. But, that's the second or third time that a running back has gotten a good 4 or 5 yards head of steam without even being touched.
First down for the Marauders.
Yeah, the Marauders aren't even putting wide receivers out there.
They're always power back.
They've got, how many guys they got touching the ground? 6?
7 on the line.
Wow.
Zeke Torres again, gain of about 3, I think. We're going to see how that lines up.
So you wouldn't call that a 4-3, you'd call that a what, 7-1?
Well, it's just a tight, like I said, no splits. Usually you'll see most high schools with about a 2 to 3 yard split, or 2 to 3 foot split. I'm sorry, but Dunkirk, they're just foot to foot, grind it down and go. We got a wide out though. Here he is. He's going to throw the ball.
Oh.
Pass incomplete, intended over there for number 23, Isaiah Velez.
You can question, you can say, geez, they're just grinding it down. They're going to power this in. But I got to believe that Coach Sartori recognizes that, they've got a significant advantage on this team. They've got to try some different things to be ready for them when they need them in their more competitive games. And I know it's only 7-0, but they certainly have just dominated play. So we got about a 3rd and 8.
Got a couple wide outs
Yep.
now.
Twins right. Motion. He's going to look across his body. Had him open, but just threw it behind him. Yep.
Pass is incomplete,
Intended to
for number 23,
throw it to Isaiah Velez.
It'll be 4th down and 8 for the Marauders.
They're going to try a field goal. I think they might just be a little out of range. Love to see it, just out of.
He can make that.
He was hitting them at.
Yeah, he can make that.
He hitting 40-yarders easy.
Yeah, he can make that easy if he wanted to.
Who do we have kicking?
So with a 4th and 8, they line up with the Twins right, back to pass. Touch.
Oh,
Ooh,
big catch.
they got it. I thought he might get called with a bobble there, but great catch by Velez. Great throw. It was the first time I didn't like Jazzy Rivera's footwork. Instead of the traditional, he's done a really nice job of squaring his shoulders and coming back. Instead, he just backpedaled up, set his feet, and threw it over the shoulder and right into his hands. So we got Farnham to Jesus set to kick the extra point.
Take one through.
Boy, they're money.
Special place in my heart for this quarterback. He's left-handed.
Yep, there you go. He's got to throw him off a little bit.
Cheerleaders, it's push-up time. Are you ready?
So they convert. So 4th down, East Aurora gets them to a 4th down instead of kicking the field goal, which we talked about, and they do it. And we know that Rivera, Farnham to Jesus has the leg. We just watched him kick the ball to the end zone, and instead they end up going for it. Threw a very nice ball to a wide open. Now, I don't get that either. You got a 4th and 8. You got Rivera, who is arguably one of the better players on the team. Velez, who's one of the better players on the team. And everybody knows, he played last year.
Yep.
How you let him get that open, somebody had to fall down or blow an assignment. And they did throw it right over his shoulder. So here we are with 3 minutes and 43 seconds left in the first quarter. Dunkirk up 14-0. Rivera kicking off. We'll see if East Aurora can't mount something again. At least they had a first down and ground out a little bit.
Another booming kick into the end zone.
Wow.
Back of the end zone.
6 yards deep in the end zone. That is a weapon.
That's
When you can have teams not be able to run that ball out and put them on the 20-yard line in high school or pin them down closer, that's impressive.
Yep.
Again, it changes the dynamic. Last year, I would say the average drive start had to be around the 32, 35-yard line. They would beat the ball down the middle of the field. They covered it very well, but it never really got deep enough. Mm-hmm. You're kicking that ball as far,
that is impressive.
College kicking.
I played soccer for years. I don't know if I could have ever kicked it that long.
So here comes East Aurora, and you can see that. See, they got a little bit of a split, but not anymore. Got some motion. I think is that Eisenbaum carrying the ball? 82?
Ball's carried about on the play by number 22.
Oh, no, it is 20, yeah. Eisenbaum. Yeah, it looked like him. I'm getting used to him now. I've seen him enough. I've got his. We've seen Eisenbaum. We've seen East Aurora more than we've seen Dunkirk or either of our local teams because we just happen to catch them. So pro set. Fredonia still packed up. Boy, their safety is no more than 7 yards off the line, daring them to throw. Eisenbaum again, and he just got beat up.
Eisenbaum tries the right side, and he's taken
I think that was that Gaines?
For a loss of 2.
Yeah, they're definitely daring him to throw. The safeties looks like a linebacker.
Yeah, he's up.
He's right up there.
Well, they're
Of course,
comfortable.
he is very tall too, so it's
Yeah, they're comfortable. Their corners can cover man-to-man. So now we're short. There we go. Good job.
Now they're
I was going to say they got
up a little
three left. Shotgun.
They're looking for pass interference. That's what they're looking for.
Boy, he just had to throw that away. It looked like they were trying to throw a screen or something. They a little misdirection away from the 3 people, but Dunkirk just came in so fast. He just had to bail out and throw it out of bounds.
And again, it looks like East Aurora is fighting the fact that they're a smaller team than Dunkirk, just like they were against the Badgers.
So here's Velez deep for the punt. See if he can't get about a 13-yard net last time. Boy, he looks deep.
Yeah, for
A little bit better punt. There you go. Same result though. 45-yard line drive start.
still in the Marauders side of the field.
Punt will be down at the 45 of the Blue Devils, and the Marauders take over there on offense.
Well, I'll tell you, from our booth, and we watch the game just, as you can see the camera from the left to the right, but, we're close to the 50-yard line, but it always seems to be a little easier to look to our right. The entire game has been played down there.
Yeah.
If I had bought the rock pile seat on the left side, I'd be a little concerned because I haven't seen any of the game. Nothing's happened on that end of the field. Dunkirk up again. The full I, triple I. Second back through.
2 men to beat, but
Quantavious Fleckley bursts through the line, gets down to about the 32-yard line.
so Jamie Goodberry
That's a
makes the
Marauder first
tackle.
down.
That was
Quantavious Fleckley. Number 3.
Hand off to the fullback, right up the gut.
Cody Leeper, right?
Leeper makes a, about 4 or 5? Boy, they're just, that offensive line, Leeper did a nice job of keeping his legs going and driving, but that offensive line just pushed him back 2-3 yards before they ever got started, East Aurora even got a hand on him. Staying with the power I. Third back through. Lots of room.
there was confusion on the side of the Blue Devils.
Cleckley, Q Cleckley is just having his way. Once again, though, I can't say enough about that offensive line. They are just blowing open holes.
Doesn't really matter who they hand it off to. It's they either follow a block or hit the holes.
Cleckley again.
Looks like he's going
and he's in. Boy, he just dragged it. He dragged a Blue Devil or two right in. Again, that right side, Anthony Ortiz and Adrian Washington on the right side just blowing open holes. And once he gets going, it's just so hard to stop.
PAT is up, and it's good.
Boy, that's deep.
And the corner three is good.
Usually don't see that in high school. You usually see it just clear in the just clear the crossbar.
All right, you cheerleaders, it's push-up time. Are you ready?
These cheerleaders are going to be sucking wind by the end of the.
Well, that happened last year, Mike. They were pretty soon.
They'll be
Sergeant Train's going to have to get them into push-ups or jumping jacks or something because they'll just be so beat up.
13, 14, 15,
At the end of
16,
end of the game, they're going to be able to play football out there with the boys.
19, 20, 21. Let's hear it for those cheerleaders. What's that mascot doing? He should be down there.
You don't know.
Mascot should be down there pushing them up too.
Boy, they look crisp. Why and everything, don't they? A lot of work they had this week, eh?
They're lining up for the kick.
Everything in sync. That's good.
Oh, this was
Oop,
a
tried a
long
little
drive.
something. Now I'm curious. I wonder if they did that as a to practice and try something different, or if he just missed it. Because boy, he sure kicked it hard.
I think he missed it. If he was going to try to go for a
Onside
onside
kick.
or something, it would have.
You'd think
Yeah.
would have squibbed it or topped it.
Try to see if they can handle it. If they didn't handle the ball, hey, we get the ball back.
But
Yeah, but you don't want to run the score out.
Why not?
that is a
when,
with
when
40
it hit,
seconds.
When it hit that blue devil, you could hear it up here
Yeah,
in the booth.
yeah, he
Boom.
booted it hard. I think he might have missed it.
Points count in playoffs.
Little room to run. Eisenbaum,
Yeah. When it comes to season, they count points.
tackle by Cox and Butts.
5-yard pickup by number 22, Wilson Eisenbaum. Second down and 5.
So this, I don't think we're going to get this playoff. We got 13, 12, 11 seconds left.
Looks like they're definitely taking their time, but yeah, maybe they are.
Got it off. Eisenbaum going right. He should have waited. Moreland came in with the missed the tackle, but certainly disrupted the play and made it easy to finish it up.
And that's the end of
I'm not
the
even
first
sure if we
quarter.
got it.
The
Did he get a
Marauders
yard on
score,
that?
Marauders 21 and the Blue Devils 0. You got 50-50 going around?
Let's see. I think he got a couple now that I look at it.
I'd like to remind everyone that we do have 50-50 tickets.
All right, so they're up to the 35. Yeah, they gained 2.
You'd be a lucky winner tonight. You got a big crowd tonight, so try your
So it's
luck.
been
You
a,
might be
you know,
winner. Also, our concession stand
Marauders
is open.
haven't done anything spectacular, but they've certainly taken care of business. They look sharp. They look strong. You know, they're certainly quick. Always a little tough to judge when we're looking at the competition.
But I don't know. I think we're seeing some skill here that even against a team that is struggling like the Blue Devils are, still we're seeing a lot of skill out of the Marauders. Their offensive line looks really strong.
Their offensive line is firing. You're right.
Huge comparatively. And they just seem to be having their way with them.
So we've got a 3rd and 7.
Trips left, one back.
Trips left, looking to throw out of the shotgun. He's got a man. Oh, just overthrew him. Had him open.
Brian Cox almost got through and
Pass is
had a
incomplete, intended
sack.
out there.
Yeah, I think that Nellis is having nightmares. You know, I mean, they haven't scored, and they've scored 7 points in 2 games,
Second, be fourth down
and
and 7.
you can see that their offensive line is just the opposite of what we're seeing from Dunkirk. They're struggling.
It looks like they've changed their quarterback up for a play.
No, punting.
Oh, they're punting. Sorry. Part of the window was in the way. I couldn't see the punter.
Line drive. best punt he's had, although Velez has got it. Room to run. Horse collar. Yeah, that was easy. You know, the Blue Devil had to do it.
For the first time, the Marauders could have started in
Correct.
the other team's territory, but with the penalty, they're going to be in their own territory again.
Horse collar call against the Blue Devils.
I think that's a 15-yarder, unless they call it. They do have. I think they have the discretion to call that.
Unintentional.
Well, it's hard to. I guess that was the word I was going to use, and I stopped because how can it be unintentional? But yes, I guess it could be an unintentional. Nope. Looks like they're going personal foul.
15. So that's going to bring them all the way to 35.
Boy, oh boy! Now it's another short field for Dunkirk.
A 15-yard walk-off. Going to place the ball down to the 36-yard line of the Blue Devils. And the Marauders take over on offense, 1st and 10.
So we'll see if Dunkirk tries anything different. Nope. Still going with their 3-back I set. But
throwing the
big
ball.
Throw.
There we go. Oh boy. It wasn't the.
They fooled me just like they fooled the Blue
It wasn't the prettiest pass, but it got there, and boy, Farnham and Jesus just fought for that ball and got it. Uh-oh, we got a flag. There's a yellow down. Let's see what we got.
You got a legal man downfield call against the Marauders.
Looks like it's coming back. Well, they'll have to try it again.
Boy, how does that happen on a? It was certainly a designed pass play. I think it was Jamal Gaines. I thought I saw him downfield a little bit, but I think he just had his way with his man too easy.
Oh, he came right off the line?
Yeah, it was offensive lineman.
That walk-off places the ball at the 41 of the Blue Devils, making it 1st down and 15.
Well, it's a little break for the Blue Devils.
Puts it back to a 1st and 15, 5-yard penalty. Wide out to the left, motion left. Looking to throw again. Same play. Velez touchdown. Holy crow, that was a beautiful ball.
Exact same play, different player.
And that's a hook up between Jazzy Rivera and Isaiah Velez for the Marauder touchdown.
He reminds me of Russell Wilson.
Yeah.
I'm telling you.
So Velez gets on the scoreboard. Boy, they are.
The Marauders don't miss a beat on their second try.
No, spreading it around.
There's a girl kicking.
Oh, they do have Surma.
So
Yep.
Jordan Francis is kicking.
Oh, Jordan Francis? Boy, she booted it very nicely as well.
And that extra point is good.
Saratoga goes out there, gives her the high five.
One of the first female kickers
Jordan
in the
Francis,
Dunkirk
I gotta
Marauder
believe
history.
that's some kind of a record, right? I don't know if any has a. We're sitting here. We got some old timers with us. Has a Tommy? You remember a woman ever scoring?
I think that's the first one.
Yeah, it's got to be the first points by. Got it. Yeah, we're sitting here. I mean,
Sitting here watching a
thinking
little
back
bit of history.
to the Jim Gibbons never had anybody kicking no females kicking extra points.
Barely had anyone kicking it.
You know, but yes, very, very cool.
We used to see punts go backwards when I was in high school.
They hang together.
So with 11:21 to go in the second quarter, now I wonder if we'll see what we saw. I mean, this is more lopsided than what we watched in Brockton. And in the second half, they opted to run the clock. I don't know if that's something new this year. I don't know if it was just that game because of perhaps an injury or a situation, but
Or perhaps we were egging them on.
I mean, boy, oh boy, and let's see, where's this kick going?
Wow.
Line drive,
She's a line drive even.
stays in bounds, I believe. Oh, yep.
Into the the end zone.
Ball goes through the end zone, and that's a touchback. Be spotted
Even
at
as
the 20-yard
even when he's
line.
off,
Blue Devils
with
take
you know
over
trying
five.
something a little different, it got through the end zone.
You know what? Shirley's in doing push-ups.
They don't want to do no
You
more.
know what? Last time I stopped right there, because it's kind of showing the other team up.
Anything after 3 touchdowns.
So we'll see what
Then he starts getting ridiculous.
Blue Devils bring out here.
Well, they're certainly spread wide. They're not going to overpower. Oh boy,
Oh, they were trying to
They're trying something tricky there.
look like they were trying to.
There's a flag on the field.
either that or they just screwed it up and it looked good.
Illegal procedure called against the Blue Devils. Ball spotted at the 15. Be first down and 15 for the Blue Devils.
Kind of look like they were going right to the running back instead of the quarterback. This time he's under the center. Handoff and gets a couple.
2 or 3.
couple
There's
yards.
they're trying to. I mean, gosh, they're the best they can do is spread. You know, by throwing 3 or 4 wideouts out, they're at least taking those. They, you know, Dunkirk has to respect the wideout and go and cover them. Obviously, that well, it doesn't help their number matchup. It does spread it out and give them a chance to perhaps slide through. East Aurora is just in survival mode right now. Back to pass. Oh boy. I think he got interfered.
That pass was intended for number 85.
Number
Vega got through.
yeah. Gabe
Just
Vega.
pressured him so quickly.
He can't even step into his throw. I mean, he was back. Vega, I thought he knew the snap count.
And seriously, the safety almost came up and got an interception out of that. 'Cause it was like a flopping fish going up over the,
Yeah,
over the
he's
line.
this guy doesn't know what's shotgun, trips left. Last time they did this, they just they tried to throw a little like a screen pass right, little looks like they're trying to do it again. Yep.
For the
Oh,
first
he's got
time,
room to
we've got
run.
The Blue Devils with a big game.
So Anstedt, well, we called that. That was the same thing they tried over there. The Marauders put so much pressure on it last time that he couldn't get the pass up. But as soon as they spread those guys left, you could see that that's what they were going to try to do. I can't believe somebody didn't cover that wheel.
Who saves the touchdown.
Gives Coach Sartori something to talk about. And Coach,
That was Brandon Dunn, wide receiver for the Blue Devils.
so they're back in the spread.
Well, looks like they're just going. Two-step drops and just
So
throwing
Patrick Nolan
Ball spotted.
with the reception. So Nellis, 2 in a row. He's got to be feeling good about it. The Dunkirk's now got to take a deep breath. I haven't looked. I'm assuming we've still got our starting 11 out there.
This is really the only way that Blue Devils are going to get anything on Dunkirk is going to be a quick
Yeah. Here
two
comes the
steps
rush.
and throw the ball.
Oh, he's down. Oh,
And lost the ball. The
what do they call? What is? Boy, I'm surprised they didn't call because his knee went down,
yeah, should have been down.
and Carter then hit him. Now it's a natural thing to do, but I thought they might flag him because he was down and vulnerable.
The only way the Blue Devils are going to get anything off of this Marauder team is if they're going to just quick throws.
Yeah, spread it wide, throw it quick. You're right.
I hate to say it, but do like Brady does.
Bah.
Release it quick.
Shuttle pass to number 44, Anstead.
As a
Taken
Bills
down
fan,
after a gain of
it
about
hurts
2.
to say the name, but I said it.
Be 4th down and 5.
for it.
It's 4th and 5.
8.5 to go in the fourth. What else they got to lose? Their first time in their territory.
Watch for that
See if they can.
wheel again.
Boy, they've got that crazy trips out there. They're going to run the same play that worked. Nope, now they're going to the trips. Got him. So we're seeing a little, now I promise you there's at least 1 or 2 folks here from Olean who are taking a look at this, and they're saying after,
So can we
16 minutes of futility, more than that, 20 minutes of futility, they've all of a sudden got a little drive going because they're throwing the ball.
Can we say that the secondary of the Marauders is a little vulnerable? Can we say that yet, or is it a little too early to say that?
Changed it up, running up the middle, try to catch him off guard. I think a lot of the, both last year and this year, the secondary is in many ways, they don't have to cover because the pass rush is so fierce.
Yeah.
So if you figure out a way to give the quarterback a minute or two, now we'll see if as you say, if they're vulnerable or not. So we're still in the spread offense, back under center.
Try that option.
See there, that's incomplete. Boy, he had a shot at that, but once again, Nellis couldn't set and throw.
Almost picked off down there by
There was so much pressure on him that he's throwing off his back foot. Now, even then, it was
half a second. It might have been on target.
And it wasn't a terrible throw even then. It was just that. Now that was good coverage. 2 Marauders right there.
Both of them were looking back.
So we're back at 3rd and 9. Move into the shotgun.
Try that wheel again.
They keep running it. He's going to take off. He's got himself some room. Down to the 10-9, yeah. And I think it's got to be a first down, right? Yes. What? So, another way to beat that pressure. Send your receivers deep. He was able to find himself a little room to scramble. So with a little under 7 minutes to go in the first half, all of a sudden East Aurora's found a little bit of a recipe. At the very end. Back to the run. Yeah, that's not going anywhere. Is that
number 28?
Looks like he lost it.
Rogers.
On that play by number 74, Peyton Moreland, and he's helped on that play by number 3.
Boy, Moreland's all over the field.
Make that number 2, Brian Cox.
Cox is, again, the Dunkirk brings out those undersized linebackers and that are defensive ends that fly around. They had great success with it last year, and Cox is filling that role this year. Under center, traditional second back. Got some room. Can he get the corner? No. But down to the 4.
Blue Devil ball carrier gets the ball down to about the
3, 4. Let's see. We're gonna. Looks like.
So it looks like a little.
3rd down and goal.
Yep, 3rd and goal.
Looks like a way that East Aurora can get some yards is catching them on the. Catch them off balance.
It's certainly going with that spread, right? I'll be interested. Yep, he's going under center. I thought maybe they just shotgun it up. So under center, I'd call it the 4.
I'd say look for a quick throw. No.
Hands it off.
And
boy, he's in. That was a very nice run by number 28, Jack Rogers. He had the run earlier. So Rogers in for about a 4-yard TD. Kind of quiet.
Powers the ball into the end zone. And that's a
Yeah, kind of
touchdown for the Blue
quiets the.
Quiets the crowd a little bit.
Yeah, that and everybody was in celebration mode, and it'll give Dunkirk a little bit of a wake-up call to say, okay, wait a second, they're still playing. They're still playing, and we need to. Let's not look to next week yet. Missed the extra point.
And the extra point's no good. And that making the score, the Marauders 28 and the Blue Devils 6.
So East Aurora's got to feel good. It's the first touchdown that they've scored in the first half this season. They've scored it against a very, very good defense. Now it'll be interesting to see how Dunkirk comes out and answers.
So we're not supposed to look forward. They're not supposed to look forward, but I'm going to look forward to Olean. And after you get done
Yeah,
choking
there we go.
yourself there.
I got it.
So what are we looking at with Olean?
Well, Olean is 2-0. They beat Allegheny Limestone, who's a one of their local rivals. So not a non-league game. They beat Allegheny Limestone 21-6 to start, and then last week they beat the FWB Badgers 28-13 at Olean. And it was, from all my understanding, quite a kind of a free-for-all. Like Olean had early control, and the Badgers decided that they needed to air it out. A game where there was a lot of action, I guess it would. But 28-13, a very respectable showing. A good football game, and now you've got Olean in Maryville tonight. Now Maryville's 2-0, so we'll see how Olean comes out of that. They don't have a tune-up game like this.
Maryville, I remember Maryville being a very strong team last year. We played them in the playoffs, or was it was that the team that we
Playoff
lost?
game.
Playoff game. So, strong team as well. So we'll definitely see what Dunkirk's made of next week. But yet they still have another half and a little bit more to play this week.
Yeah, common opponents. Trying to follow common opponents. Tonight for the FWB is home in Brockton against Albion. There's a kick. Is that going to fielded?
So if you remember last game, was it the Badgers that had the ball after they kicked it and it was going sideways?
So yeah, Jesse Rivera.
I was just watching. He kicks it with the side of his foot. He kicks it like if you were a soccer player and you're going to pass it. He doesn't kick it with his toe pointed or even towing the ball forward. He kicks it with the side of his foot. So that's going to make the ball do all kinds of weird knuckling and. Trying to figure out why the ball looks so weird coming off his foot, and that's what it is. Dunkirk back into the three-man eye. Big run. Doing all kinds of jukes. Picks up probably 5.
So yeah, we know when we look at the 4:55. I guess I can save some of this for the second half because I've got a bunch of common opponent things to try to figure out. Now it is, by the way, that touchdown, and so we've got 5 touchdowns so far. September is high school football across America is raising funds for St. Jude's Children Research to fight childhood cancer. Every touchdown, if you go on to Max Preps, and I'm not sure where else, but I know when you go on to Max Preps, which is the nationwide high school sports website, you can pledge and donate, pick your team, and every touchdown that gets scored, you're donating to fight childhood cancer.
We've got
So-
another run by Dunkirk.
3rd and short. They've used that recipe before. It looks like, let's see, is he going to get it? Boy, it looks close. I say no. They're going to measure. No, they give. Yep, he got it.
And the ball carrier takes it out
Wow,
to the
from where the yard
37.
marker is and where the ball is,
Marauder first down.
that's even more strange to me. But I think it's a solid call. They've used it. They used it a ton last year, and they've already used it today. You know, you got that short, you got the big line, go get them. Yep, there's 5 yards. Just
Cody was
anxious.
Cody Leeper was looking back at the coach and trying to talk to him, and I don't know,
Legal
there's some
procedure call against the Marauders.
confusion going on the line.
5-yard mark off takes it to the Marauder 33.
So you're gonna make it, Greg? You stop breathing in your water?
I know, yeah. Went down the wrong tube. We'll be all right if I don't drown.
Oh, I can do that just sitting here. Just start coughing on nothing.
Yep.
So we got some movement in the backfield,
Little motion. He's going to throw. Ooh, tough.
but wide open.
Yeah, it had to be because
Did he come from the backfield? From
Pass is
the,
caught on that play by number 10.
a
Andre
tight end
Lockett.
I didn't even see where he
came out of the. He was,
started.
you know, well, nobody's split wide. So
Oh, is that what it
when so he would have. It was a tight end, and Rivera got hit as he was throwing that. That ball was a pretty sad. You know, I mean, he didn't have any chance to put anything on it, so it was a duck. But still able to complete it to Lockett. So we got 2nd and a short 4. Fumble right off the snap, right? And he picked it up.
Yeah,
Fumble on the field is picked up by Rivera.
only lost a couple of yards, but
Ball will be spotted back to the 40-yard line. It'll be 3rd down and 7.
All right, so it's I made it till the 2.5 minute mark of the first half before I say I still just don't get the sprint to the sideline. I know that the theory is that the coach now gets to express his, have his conversation directly with his quarterback. But boy, that's a 50-yard field, so it's a 35-yard sprint, 70-yard sprint when you count both ways. Takes time away from the huddle. I just can't imagine they can't come up with a system. Oh, boy, that's a good ball.
big
Nope.
throw, but
Picked
intercepted
off.
at the 28.
That pass is picked off.
So
So,
Dunkirk,
we'll see if
takes a
Blue Devils
little
have a
look,
two-minute drill.
comes back, tries to heave that ball, and Jamie Goodberry was back there. Didn't really need to cover too much. That was just a throw it up and hope my receiver runs under it, and Goodberry was the guy that was under it. So, with 2 minutes to go,
Number 11, Goodberry, he intercepts that
East
pass.
Aurora has another shot at it. They moved the ball down
Blue Devil 28-yard line, and they take it
fairly
to the
smartly
Mauraders.
last time, time-wise. So now they've got to go, from the 28, they've got a, 72-yard field. They're starting out in the shotgun with that stacked trips left. He's in trouble.
Yep. If he doesn't let it go quick, it's not gonna.
Yeah.
It's not gonna be good for him. As soon as he starts patting the ball, you know it's done.
Quarterback's taken down. He met there by number 59, Anthony Ortiz.
So we've got, there was good pressure, and I don't know who saw it, but Ortiz did clean it up and get the sack.
2nd down and about 14.
If he had his head about him, he could have just thrown it out of bounds. But 'cause he never really
Yeah,
left
I'm
the
not sure he
pocket.
doesn't want that clock to run.
No.
So here they're in a spread.
I'm waiting for him to.
So that's the concession play. Now,
Yeah.
if
So it looks like they're
if this
looking
was
for
a
the locker room.
if this was a competitive game, I'm sure that Coach Sartori would have called a timeout after the first down.
2, Brian
Once again,
Cox.
let's get to the half healthy and up 28-6.
Be third down on about 18.
So we're down to 37 seconds, 36. They're going to come out. I would bet they're going to run the ball again. They do have the trips right. This is the first time we've seen it on this side. Nope, he's going to throw the ball. Great coverage.
Shortish.
Nothing there. Yeah, ball was a little short.
Pass is incomplete, intended for number 28,
Good coverage.
Russell.
Yeah, that was Jack Rogers.
Good coverage by Devon Farnham to Jesus. So they're going to line up. See, now that caused them to punt the incomplete pass. I'm sure they don't want to be punting from their own, he's standing on the 5-yard line. We saw him muff a couple of snaps the last time we saw it. And, he's got it. Whew, that was close. Short kick. It's going to bounce.
Come on, you guys. Are you kidding me?
Boy, did they? I don't know if they touched it. I don't think so. Yeah, I don't think he ever touched it.
Did we know? They got it.
No, they're calling it for the Blue Devils.
Oh, he did?
Yeah, I think.
Wow, he
guys
did
that
touch it.
Got their hands on it.
On the play by the Marauders.
Boy, that's undisciplined. That ball starts bouncing like that. You either got to
Inside the 45.
get way.
About 4 seconds to go on the clock.
Well, they've got one play.
Well, now they're on this side of the 50. If I would expect him to, why not take a shot? In the
For
shotgun.
the first time, we're really seeing the safeties backing up.
Yeah, we don't see the trips. Interesting.
I would think now would be the time.
We got the block. Got good pickup. Oh, he's got somebody. Oh, it's picked up. Boy, he had a shot at him. Well, he's got some room now. Tyrese Kristen Johnson, he could. Nope. So that'll end the half with a big interception and a return.
Johnson takes that pass off.
Dunkirk will head to the locker room. East Aurora will head to the goalposts. And with the score 28-6, we'll take a brief break. We'll be back in the middle of the half to recap the half and then get you ready for the second half.
At this time, we're going to have a presentation by Dunkirk Marauder cheerleaders.
Is this it right here? Is the volume up on it? Or I know
Yeah.
to switch something.
All right, so we're back. We've got about 3 minutes to go before the second half is going to start. You know, a quick recap. We had 4 touchdowns. Let's make sure I get this right. Yeah, there we go. In the right order. Taiwan Wright had a 35-yard touchdown run. Kick was good. Farnham to Jesus with the kick. Then Jazzy Rivera had a 22-yard touchdown pass to Isaiah Velez. Again, Farnham to Jesus with a kick. Good. Then we had Quan Cleckley with a 12-yard run. Farnham to Jesus with the point after. Good. We had another Rivera to Velez touchdown, a 40-yard touchdown pass. That was a very nice throw and just beat his man. And that's when we had the historic moment when Jordan Francis kicked the extra point, and we think is the first female to score a point in DHS football.
As far as I know.
And that's a lot of football. Jack Rogers came back with a 4-yard run for East Aurora Holland. They missed the extra point, and that gets us to 28-6. I think the story of the first half was until the last 6 minutes of the first half, it was just domination by Dunkirk, and really it came down to the offensive line. And those guys don't get their names, you know, Jamal Gaines, Peyton Moreland, Owen Fred, Anthony Ortiz, Adrian Washington. That front five, and I guess we throw in the tight ends. Those, you know, they just punch them in the mouth and make room. Those the running backs, whoever's carrying the ball gets to get a nice head of steam. They're getting 3-4 yards just on the push. They're getting into the second level often. So I'm curious to see. I think that you saw what is typical in a high school game. Dunkirk, just was manhandling the Blue Devils and kind of just backed off a little bit. You saw it in the play calling. You saw it in the way they were coming at them. East Aurora, to their credit, took advantage of that, got the touchdown, and almost with a botched punt, almost had a shot at putting another one in the end zone, but it ended up with a long interception return. So now we'll start the second half. East Aurora's got to be coming out feeling a little bit better about their chances. Dunkirk has got to be thinking, it's time to finish this thing and do it right. They certainly, whether they're looking ahead to Olean or not, even if they are looking ahead, they got to be looking ahead saying, we want to make sure that we're ready. We want to make sure that we're prepped.
Yeah, and now's the time that Dunkirk should be trying some different types of plays, seeing what other types of formations they can use that they can use in the next couple of games.
Would that just, you'd think that if they would have got it right, they just switched ends. East Aurora was all the way out on the field, was prepped to receive, and then they all of a sudden flipped it. I don't know if that was a selection.
It's got to be the safety because there's nobody else back there.
Well, the thing to look for in this second half is just concentrate and see how much time those quarterbacks have, because the difference in the time between how much the Marauders quarterback has compared to the Blue Devils is just so much different.
With the squibber, is it going to clear? And it's out of the end zone. Boy, oh boy. He just is pounding that ball, even if it's not pretty like the first few were, it's still going through strong. Yeah, in fact, it goes both ways, Mike. You're right, because when Rivera struggled, it was only because he was pressured.
Mm-hmm. So I wonder if when Dunkirk goes up against some of these larger teams like Olean, how are they going to react?
Well, we get to find out next week.
Big test for them.
Yeah, we were looking at, boy, it's tough to do this similar score kind of thing
Yeah, it's so early in the season yet to be doing that.
Ball carries met by a host of Marauders in that defensive line. They get penetration, it takes them down for a 1-yard loss.
Yeah, and as you can see, really, there's no time for the quarterback to react or the running backs. There's
Right, they do. Yeah,
if
they don't bust a
they
hole.
wanna look for
Yeah.
a hole. There's nothing there. So that's
So-
why the only thing that's really been a positive for the Blue Devils is to sweep it out wide.
So I do know that with boys, well, let's see what happens on this series. Then we'll go into the. Oh, he dropped that ball. That was a very nice throw by Nellis. I think it was Colin Russell. Coverage was good. I mean, the defender was running with him, but boy, it hit him right in the numbers. He was certainly bothered by Butts, who was, like I said, had good coverage and was running with him, but that
Didn't it
still
hit
was a
Butts?
catchable ball.
Did it hit Butts in the numbers? Like, that's what it looked like from here.
So now they got a big third down in their territory, 3rd and 11.
And the shotgun.
He's in trouble. Oh, nice move.
And just throwing up a squiver.
Oh, and then again could have been cut. Good coverage. You know, Farnham to Jesus had good coverage on that, but it went through his hands, went through the East Aurora hand, and now, boy, they're going to be punting from out of the end zone. That's a struggle. And, you know, we know they haven't had a lot of success punting the ball.
And what you're seeing with the Blue Devils is there's never any passes where you're catching a wide receiver or a tight end while they're running. They have to stop and
Right.
wait for it because the passes are just so hurried.
Yeah, timing is thrown off completely.
No extension
Better
on
punt,
that punt, but
fielded
it
by
was a good punt.
good coverage. So we see East Aurora with their best punt of the game. Dunkirk, Farnham Jesus catches the ball, fields it nicely, but is immediately taken down. So Dunkirk comes out with their first drive of the second half. They'll start on their own 48. I expect them to come out and at least they do have a little bit of a split here. I was expecting the power offense, but we do have a slot left, split end. Gain of about 5. Good old smash mouth. Who's going to have that? Cleckley, yep. Q Cleckley.
Picking up 4 on that play.
So we'll see if Dunkirk tries to lull the Blue Devils into a.
I think they're just going to keep punching them in the mouth. Yeah, they're just going to keep. They got the tight splits. They got the double tight right now. Velez got some room to run. Bounces it outside. He's going to pick up 14.
Velez gets around the right side. He's going to pick up about 14 on that play. That'll be a Marauder first down.
So, yeah, Dunkirk pretty transparent with that play, which is their style. You know, they sent a back in motion, the lead blocking back in motion.
And it was was that a wide receiver that was on the outside, had a nice block for him. Might have been a tight end.
Yeah, I don't think they're
Well,
splitting
I don't
anybody
think they
yet.
split anybody out that side. I
Here
think
they
it
go
was a
again.
tight
There's
end.
that same kind of a
Somehow
full house.
Oh,
Wow, nice little play.
there was some.
That was a
blocks on the
excellent
line.
counter. First of all, yes, the line blew open a hole. But boy, that was a cute little play. They faked the little pitch, and it almost like a quarterback counter, if I guess you can do such a thing. Started everybody to the left. He stepped with it and then just took off straight up.
And now we've got this Suma coming out.
Oh, yep.
Will be tried by number 26.
So Olivia Suma.
Olivia Surma.
So we got Olivia. Yeah, here's
Suma's
our
coming
second.
out
female
can be
kicker.
Super historic today if she can
Yeah.
do this too.
I think that's
bad.
good.
It's good.
Yep. There you go. Well, that's just fun.
And history's made again as the second female kicker for the Marauders makes an extra point.
So congratulations to both Olivia
I'd like to congratulate
and
those
to
two young
Jordan.
ladies again
And all
for
the,
their
you know,
success on
all the
football
Marauders.
field. Let's give them another round of
You know, I mean, this is
applause.
good stuff. They're, you know, that gives Coach Sarteri credit for thinking out of the box, giving them the opportunity. And let's face it, Farnham DeGeese is a pretty darn good kicker. They don't really need these kids, but they came out. They want to play. They're giving them a chance. Got the right game to do it in. Beautiful thing. Beautiful thing. And that touchdown, once again, helps the September high school football touchdowns for raising funds for the St. Jude Children's Childhood Cancer Center. Touchdowns to fight cancer. There's another. Boy, he's got that.
Drive.
That corner kick, which also helps the. Oh, he's got a gap. Oh, they got him. Decent little return, but
Doesn't give the special teams any time to get down.
not on the line drive. You're right.
So you're looking at a 30-yard return.
So they're on the.
Almost.
East Aurora comes out on the 36.
Probably spotted down at the 37-yard line of the Blue Devils. Make that the 36-yard line. It'll be first and 10.
So with Dunkirk taking care of business right off the bat on that drive, I think we can start looking at some, and having that conversation. We know that Albion, who is seems to be the common thread, as I look at different games. Oh, there's a different play. Gain of 8. Once again, through the air, Marauders, if there's one thing that comes out of this game, it's that concern. Right now, Fredonia Westfield Brockton is tied 12-12 with 11 minutes left in the fourth quarter in Brockton with Albion. Albion is also the team that, now, obviously, Dunkirk hasn't played them, but it's as close as we can get because Dunkirk beat Depew 21-19. And then Depew beat Albion 28-7. Nothing there. In fact, lost a couple. Oh, fumbled. Dunkirk's got it. Didn't see that in the pile. Boy, now it's tough. The Blue Devils got to work to keep their head up. So there's the perception that, well, if Albion lost to Depew and Dunkirk beat Depew, so that gives them that opponent. Now, Olean, let's see, do we have? So now if we call Albion and FWB even because they're tied, we know that Olean beat FWB.
I used to try to do this when I was a soccer coach, and it never worked. We
Well,
tried so hard.
Yeah, and different days and different games
Yeah.
and different things, different styles.
We should beat them. Yeah, should.
But the score I want to know is I want to know what Olean's doing in Maryville, even though it's a non-league game.
Yeah.
Inside the 42 to 39
As this is, by the way, historically we've played East Aurora, but it is a non-league game right here, so they'll be 2-0 in the league. Olean will be 2-0, 1-0 in the league, right? Coming in because Al Lime is not in the league. Maryville is not in the league, so that'll be a huge game next week between two powerhouses.
So big run coming from Dunkirk.
He had, again, back to those offensive linemen, he had 6-8 yards before Torres even got flirted with by a defender.
And And that's going to be a Marauder first down.
When your linebacker is the last person or the first person to touch your running back, you know you're in trouble.
Well, when it happens 8 yards down the field, yeah.
Especially when it's happening. It's not happening at the line because they're not rushing their linebackers.
Torres gets down close to the 20. Ball's going to be spotted right at the 20-yard line.
Dunkirk picks up another first down.
That's a timeout on the field.
We've got a
Mayor's gonna see
timeout.
if that's a first down.
Are you kidding me?
Looks like a first down to me.
Why would they do
They're
that?
bringing out
Boy,
the chains,
yeah.
though.
It's kind of a silly measurement, I guess, but even the refs need some work. They're going to get that first down, boy, by the nose of the ball. Oh, no, he just stretched it. Not going to get it now.
Wow.
Chain gang, everybody gets some work.
Come up short by a foot. It's going to be second down and
Yeah, I don't know why they, on first down,
second down and very short.
calling a timeout at this point.
Another big run coming through.
Yeah, he's
Nice juke move right at
real good. Yeah,
hits the corner.
Torres getting some carries on this drive and made it work.
He's got some nice moves.
It's about an 18-yard, yeah. Now who's going to kick the extra point? What do you think? Run,
Well, they're going
Frank,
back.
you going out there to kick the extra point?
They're going back to
That's
Jordan.
right.
Going back to Jordan. Looks like they're going to go.
That's the other one.
I don't know who this one is.
Jordan Francis.
Yeah, Jordan Francis. This,
Oh,
she
with
had the
a big
first one.
kick.
Oh, she did it.
Just crawled it over, I think.
Did it,
Yeah,
and that
got
was
it.
It's a bad snap. He dropped it down and
Good
picked it
job
up.
of the holder to get it up there, yes.
And the
She
score,
kept
the
her cool
Marauders
and kicked it
42.
through.
And the Blue Devils 6.
So much like last year, the Marauders are showing that they have a lot of different folks to tote that ball. We've got touchdowns by Wright, by Cleckley, by Velez, 2 by Velez, by Rivera, by Torres. So they're spreading the wealth around. And that was certainly a recipe for success last year. One guy wasn't, well, although they had their way with quite a few teams, but if somebody wasn't on or the defense was keying on one individual, it opened things up for the others. And once again, good to see
That's really
them using
good
all
to
their
see,
weapons.
Yeah, in a high school that you've got depth like that. That says a lot for the whole system, the whole program.
Oh, my God. Oh, what happened? Touchback? Oh, they can't
And I think we're really starting to.
Just boomed it. I guess you can't bring it out, huh? In high school, if you catch it.
20-yard line, and the Blue Devils
And,
take over offense.
In Dunkirk, correct me if I'm wrong, but in the 80s and 90s, we really didn't have a peewee system for the football.
Oh, no,
I
no,
don't
no.
remember one when I was a kid, so we're seeing the advantages that's affording these kids that have been playing since.
Oh,
they're
I think there's been a
7,
midget
8.
league. I mean, back when I was a kid, geez, back in those days, we had 5 teams in Dunkirk, Fredonia. Between
Really?
Dunkirk and Fredonia, there were 5 teams. We had our own league. The Rams, the Bills, the Packers, the Eagles.
I guess I was too
who
involved
else?
in baseball and soccer.
So that was, now that started to fade
But it faded in the
probably in the
80s or the 70s. I don't know. I was
early
that
in the
age,
80s.
Late 70s.
They were still
early
playing
80s.
in the late 70s.
Yeah, I think they.
And slowly they, then they started to play in the regional league. But I think they've always had the feeder program. Now it's very strong right now.
Yeah.
As it should be. I mean, the stronger that the it grows from the top, as opposed to as strong as the top is, and the fact that here we're in the shotgun, as strong as the high school program is, kids want to come out and play. Ooh, no flag, huh? I thought he might have got bumped.
Yeah.
One of the first times we've seen like a timing pattern that wasn't just a throw it up and hope.
Broken up by number 7, Devon Farnham.
Yeah, I was kind of a small kid, so maybe my mom just didn't tell me about the football on purpose. You're going to go play soccer. Okay, fine. I'll give you a mitt and throw you in center field. All right.
Under pressure. Oh, boy, I'm not sure he just didn't toss that away.
Quarterback gets pressure that time from number
Dunkirk
7,
pass rush has been fierce.
74, Peyton Moreland.
Peyton Moreland all over the field. It's funny. He'll rush the passer this play, and he'll cover the back in the flat the next play. So showing a lot of flexibility. Boy, this punter, his leg's going to be tired tomorrow. This has got to be a 7th punt, I believe.
Well, it seems he's used to it.
It's gotten better as the game's gone on.
Guess he just needs to
A lot of
run
room
out.
to run.
Big run.
Looking to turn the corner.
Oh, and he's staying in bounds.
Boy, Velez does such a nice job. He's got shifty Vep. He gave him a little bit inside just when the defenders started to attack. He bounced it outside and got another 20 yards.
For Velez. It'll be first down for the Marauders at the 20.
Boy, another short field. It just, they're just bottling up East Aurora. That kickoff, I'll tell you, that kickoff matters. I'm hoping next week when that it has the same kind of an effect on Olean.
Yeah, if Farnham can stop doing those line drives, it can be really, really effective. So do we have an injury timeout, or is it just a...
Let's see, 5:15 to go in the third. Boy, it's another one of these slow games. Once you start getting exchanges and points on the board, and East Aurora starts passing.
44 East Aurora. We've got a man down, Brandon Dunn, wide receiver. Well, he was on the special teams at that point, but he's down. On the sidelines at about the 26th, they got some trainers looking at him.
I'm pretty sure 44 is Anstead, but you're right. As we look at the sheet, because I would turn and said, wait a second, but they've got Anstead at 49 on the sheet. But Anstead played. I mean, he's been their fullback. He was the guy that they expected to run the ball. He's ran the ball today. He ran the ball 2 weeks ago. So, unfortunately for them, that's one of their top players, offensively and defensively, that's down right now. So I just got our out-of-town scoreboard gives us the Albion is up now 20-12. They scored with 5 minutes left in the fourth. They're ahead 20-12 over FWB.
So I'll have to apologize to anyone who's listening and is a Blue Devils fan, because looks like the sheet I'm working off of that was
it is off. It's
handed
clearly
to me. There's about 6 or 7 names that are teamed up with the wrong numbers. So this guy's not the first time I'm only half right. Won't be the last. So it looks like he's really...
Yeah, they're taking some time with him. That's not good.
He's sitting up, but so at least it's not like he's unconscious or anything, but could be anything. They may be asking him questions, might be a concussion protocol kind of thing. He's starting to get up now. Looks like he's got a...
He looks wobbly.
Yeah. So it might have been a headshot. So we've got our trainer who's, if I am familiar, the trainer has been working with Brooks Memorial with a athletic training division out of Brooks Memorial. And we've come a long way since I was in high school.
Yeah.
So rub some dirt in it, basically.
Well, we don't even have any dirt anymore. How about
we
that?
didn't even have ice. Come on.
Now that we've got the turf field.
Yeah. We didn't have ice. We didn't have dirt. Lucky we had water.
Shoot, I'm checking. I don't have. Let's see if I can get anything.
So the refs are about to start this game back up. It's 42-6, 5 minutes, 15 seconds left. Still in the third quarter. And Dunkirk starts, 1st and 10 on their own 20.
Triple I, handoff to the third man. Breaks a couple of tackles, breaks a couple more. Touchdown. Boy, you're taking a worn-out, beat-up East Aurora team. And, yeah, Taiwan Wright, who started the scoring, takes in his second touchdown with an impressive 20-yard run. So I guess it's Surma's turn to kick. Yep.
And we are right at where we were with the Badgers game. That was 42, right? So.
Yeah, this is, and we've still got a quarter of football and 5 minutes. I mean, there's 17 minutes of football. They got to run this thing. That was a nice kick. And boy, that.
And an extra point is good. Those ladies are hot tonight. They've gone perfect on their extra points. And the score to Marauders.
Olivia Sermo.
So the girl kickers are 4 for 4, is that?
Both girls are juniors. And yep, 4 for 4.
It's good because Farnham to Jesus is a senior, so next year it looks like the girls are going to rise to the top if someone else doesn't come up and try to steal their position.
And once again, touchdowns against cancer. That touchdown, depending on who and where has pledged, just raised more funds for the St. Jude Children Research Center.
So the Marauders line up to kick yet again. Farnham to Jesus.
Look at those two girls partnering. They're talking strategy there.
Gives the signal and big
Boy,
kick.
oh boy, oh boy.
Right into the
5
end
yards
zone.
deep into the end zone.
Not a line drive this time. That was a big kick.
And the Blue Devils will start at the 20-yard line.
Man, kicking like that, he may be scouted for a kicking
Well, yeah, I mean,
scholarship.
no joke. I mean, that if he can kick that ball in the end zone, I mean, there's plenty of certainly at the lower levels, but Division III, nobody's got kickers that are kicking into the end zone. Well, I shouldn't say nobody. East Aurora comes out and runs it up the middle. It looks like I think that's our man Eisenbaum. Gain of 1. At this point, I think we're going to start seeing some substitutions on the Dunkirk side. I'm looking around. They're still going pretty much with their lineup.
Number 22.
So the Blue Devils don't get much
Eisenbaum gets another.
Carries the ball. He's brought down after about a 2-yard gain by
I'm sorry, what's that, Mike?
Oh, I just said he got just a couple of yards.
Yeah, they're struggling. I think they'd kneel down if they were allowed to. Just get this thing over with. I'm surprised that they haven't done anything special with running the clock. Oh, they did. Called a timeout.
Timeout. East Aurora.
Timeout on the field called by East Aurora.
And now we have the same problem we had last game, a timeout. What do we talk about?
Well, I think let's see. We know, as we look at the schedule, it's a big couple of games. First, none bigger than next week. Olean, that truly could be the league championship game. Obviously, if Dunkirk can beat Olean, then they do go to Southwestern the next week, but it's a non-league game. Now, Southwestern's right now is 3-0. They're playing Elheim. They look very good, and so it'll be a great test and a great game for
Southwestern 6A or
what's that?
Or where's Southwestern?
Southwestern in Jamestown, Lakewood.
They're,
Non-league though.
yeah.
There's a
Oh,
first down East Aurora. Very nice. They got a little playoff. Called the timeout. Came out of the timeout and made a play. Continues to show Dunkirk as vulnerable. I think we can now say that on the against the passing game.
Definitely something they're going to have to work on.
I bet they just don't see it enough, and they don't do it a lot in practice. I would assume. We're talking about a team that runs the ball 80-90% of the time.
So they're not going to see, as a defense, they're not going to see their own offense going against them.
Very nice throw and catch. There's one of those. We were talking about how everything seems to be just a desperation heave, but that was a very nice little out pattern, timing, threw it on the number, and
he was actually running as he caught it.
well,
It wasn't a
and I was going to
stop
say
and wait.
it's supposed to be Benjamin Schweikehard. I'm a little nervous about our sheet now. Let's see.
Yeah.
Got it. He made the good. All right. Oh no. Yeah. See, he's Goodberry on this sheet. Schweikehard on this sheet.
Oh, jeez.
Right? Yep. Oh, no, Goodberry. Okay, it looks like we got him as Goodberry. Good. We're lining that one up. So Goodberry with the catch. He's back to throw. He's got way too much time. Nice reception right at the first down. And I think that's going to be, depends which foot he marks it with. If he marks it with his left, it's going to be short. And yep, it's going to be just short.
Saratori's looking like he's trying to communicate something to his players. He's it kind of looked like, what are you guys doing? Shrugging his shoulders. So somebody's missing their assignments, but we've got a
Oh, boy. He got blown up on that play.
Quarterback is hurrying on that throw by
Quantavious Keckley just
Yeah.
came right through, untouched.
So now we've got an interesting 3rd and 1. They've been a steady diet in the air. Do they stay with that, or they try to grind out the first?
Now we know
I
for Dunkirk it
backfield.
would be a quarterback sneak, but
Pro set. He just runs the quarterback sneak. There he goes, and I think he got it. They give him the right foot spot. He's got it.
quarterback sneak. And
Yep.
he picks up the Blue Devil first down.
So they take a page out of the Marauders book and go with the sneak. Smart play. Seems to work. The percentages we see even in the NFL and in college, that play works.
there's a big push in amongst at least sportscasters that say, why ever punt it? Always try for the 4th down.
Oh, boy, oh, boy. Nice throw.
And I'm taking back what I said earlier in the game, where we saw all of the tackles were just wrapping them up. Dunkirk was wrapping up all their tackles, and now it seems that
Yeah, he broke a tackle there. You're right.
now it seems like they're kind of bouncing off of Dunkirk. They're getting a couple of yards after the catch. That's
Dunkirk's certainly not in any jeopardy of losing this game, and they've dominated play, but they have been exposed.
still don't want
Right.
to show that.
Oh, I think he short-armed that. He could have had that. That was a good throw. Nellis got robbed. So we got 22 seconds left in the 3rd quarter.
Second and
Pass
10.
incomplete. It'll be 2nd down and 10 for the Blue Devil.
East Aurora plays long games. I mean, time-wise, they throw the ball so much. I mean, this is a long game on the real clock.
We saw that a couple weeks ago with the Badgers.
Change it up with a little run. Gain of 5, and that'll give them about 3rd and 5.
Wildcat takes up 4, stopped on that play. Number 33, Malik Carter.
So now
And
we're
that'll be
switching
the
up
quarter. So
sides.
now we're going on. Yep. Now we go the long way.
3rd quarter, and the score to Marauders 49 and the Blue Devils 6.
It appears he's inside of it.
So as we head into the 4th quarter, I mean, 49-6, we're searching for topics, and I guess we've got a pretty good one in that East Aurora seems to have found the ability to move the ball in the air. Certainly not. They still only have 1 touchdown, but
Is
as
it
Dunkirk.
a positional thing? Is it a talent thing? I guess I'm not skilled enough to really know.
Well, East Aurora has thrown the ball better. They've thrown a couple of those timing patterns and hit them on the numbers. They've also given Nellis the ability to step into a throw. We saw when Kleckley got to him, that was an incomplete pass. I think that whether it's an adjustment that East Aurora has made to slow down Dunkirk, or Nellis getting the ball out of his hand quicker, or Dunkirk just kind of taking their foot off the throttle a little bit. They've certainly had time. So he's back under center.
Endurance thing. Maybe Saratori's going to have to run them. Get them a little bit. Could be that they're not.
So a nice little draw. Interesting call. Gets him to keeps the clock running and gets into about a 4th and 2. Right at the 12-yard line, is it? Yeah.
So the Blue Devils have 3 wideouts.
Look at that.
Side, but then go for a run.
Tricky. Quarterback sneak. I don't think that, obviously, Dunkirk got caught off guard. Had a nice, got a nice block, but really there was just, you could almost see it from here that there was a big, huge gap in the defense. So here we go, first down.
On the 3, first and goal.
Quarterback sneak again.
I don't know if they had somebody on the line of scrimmage or not.
Holds him.
Flag on the field.
I'm guessing holding on.
I'm guessing it's that same. Yep, it's that same. No, the wide receivers got to get up to the line of scrimmage. Must not have got there in time as the quarterback snapped it and went.
And this might be one thing I've noticed that the Blue Devils have been getting to the line a lot faster. So that might be throwing Dunkirk off too. So the faster they get to the line, the less time they're using in their huddle. Dunkirk's not setting their secondary as well, and they're giving them a little bit of time to throw it over the middle, out to the sides. And then even
So we got
switch it up with
the big
quarterback
pro
sneaks.
split.
This time they
One
took
back.
a little more time.
They're going to hand it off to him.
See, when they take more time in the huddle, Dunkirk seems to be prepared for them.
Yeah, that's a good point.
So maybe a hurry-up offense is something that they're going to. This is where Dunkirk's going to be vulnerable. But I would guess any high school team would be vulnerable with a hurry-up offense against a hurry-up offense.
2 backs, shotgun. Watch the slant.
So we got kind of a.
Here he goes.
Oh, incomplete pass.
Good cover.
Pass intended for number 18. Nolan broken up on that play by number 10.
So East Aurora has been pushed back to the 8-yard line. Originally they were on the 3. Gives them a little more room, but I don't know if that's something that they would necessarily want.
Yeah, I'm not sure. They don't. It's not like they've got a speed game that goes on. So yeah, 3rd and 8. Boy,
And now this pushed back yet again.
once again, that goes back to what you talked about at the very beginning of the game. Like when they run a slow developing play, Dunkirk is just too quick, too athletic, too strong. The only way they've had success is to have some of those quick hits of timing patterns, quick runs.
Catch them off guard.
Yep.
Whatever it may be, that's the only way you're going to.
Something
when
like
you're
what
up
they,
against
yeah.
something, a team that's so much more skilled than you are and so much bigger than you are. That's really the only way you can. You have to outthink them.
Shotgun, looking. No, he's got nothing.
Had time, but there
Might as well
was
throw it.
nothing out there.
No.
And now he's going to big, huge loss back to the 28. So now 4th down, it's probably taking them out of field goal range as well.
Yeah, well, they took over on downs. I'm not sure why, that's the one kind of thing where, boy, just throw it up there at that point. In fact, it would have saved him 12 yards.
Was that the 4th down?
Yeah, that was 4th
I
down.
didn't
Oh, yeah.
realize. So Dunkirk takes over on downs then. Sorry, I'll try to pay attention.
Yeah, it's tough, man. I'll tell you, 8:40, keep that clock running. Yeah, I don't think there's a parent, a player, a coach from either side that doesn't want that clock to keep running.
Yeah.
Pitch right. Velez.
And also, when you've got a score like this and you're into this quote-unquote garbage time, you're ripe for injuries and
Sure.
things that you wouldn't be
Well, you certainly wouldn't be concerned with it if it was a close game. You'd be playing your best players, your whole, you'd be playing hard. You'd be making it at. But you're right. Somebody, it's when you start to take a little bit off that bad things happen.
Now, are we looking at any second stringers and third stringers in there? Or are we? Well, I don't think so, because that was Keckley.
I think they've got a couple of.
He's got a couple on the line.
Yeah, let's see.
I haven't recognized Adrian Washington's in there. Has he been in there the entire time?
He's a starting right tackle, but 57 is Cooper. So Zach Cooper's in. I thought I saw at least a couple of linemen. Devin Land.
Oh, and they give it to Keckley, and he's just stiff-arming guys. Gets 15 yards that he shouldn't have.
Big, strong run.
He runs around the left side, but there's a flag on the field. Takes it down to the almost 30-yard line.
He's just
He's
such
pointing
a
back.
strong player.
Yeah.
That
Hold coming back. And you give him that big head of steam.
such a great play too, and that's a shame for Keckley.
Give it to him again.
See if he can do it again. So if nothing else, we're looking at a gorgeous night out here.
Boy, it's supposed to be a great weekend.
I don't remember any of these in the when I used to.
Last year we had pretty good weather.
Yes,
I can remember thinking, we were up here and it's warm in the booth and it's a beautiful night for football. But yeah, it kind of caught me off guard, and I think it caught a lot of people off guard because it's been colder.
Yeah, we had that right in the very beginning of September. It threatened.
Middle back. It looks like Velez isn't going to get anything.
They don't want to stop the clock no more.
Velez is stopped on that play. Ball will be spotted down at the 30-yard line.
Yeah, I think Coach Sartori is just going to keep running and let that clock go.
Well, I'm curious if he's going to try. We've got Farnham Jesus playing quarterback now. This series, and so I'm curious if he would give it. You hate to throw when you're up this much, but perhaps just to see what, give your backup a chance to get the true feel of the game. Yep, there he is. Boy, I find it's funny.
That Farnham Jesus doesn't do.
Well, and it's funny because we wrote when Rivera was in at quarterback, he's a lefty, and he must have rolled right 3 or 4 times and had to turn and throw back across his body. Now we've got Farnham Jesus, and he's a righty, and he's rolling to his left and throwing back across his body.
Make it as difficult as they can for him.
I guess, and you take what you get, but. So 3rd and 10.
Pitch back to Torres. Doesn't really catch much with that.
So for the first time today, we're going to see a punt.
Yeah. Didn't think about that. It's the first time that.
Well, if they punt, I'm assuming. Yep.
Yeah.
Cody Leeper punting.
I just assumed that Farnham Jesus would do that as well.
Yeah, right.
You see how to spiral?
Nice snap.
Ooh, he rushed him.
Guy,
Good kick.
stop it.
Oh, be careful.
That's right.
But
So decent. Let's see, 30.
Pocket collapsed quick, and he got that punt off just.
About a 28-yard net. Still not, but yeah, it did.
Not a great, but for being rushed like that, he almost got it blocked.
They're talking. Is there a penalty? They're talking to the East Aurora captain. Got it. What is it? I don't know that call.
I pointed towards the Blue Devil side, but
Now they're having a conversation with the Marauders.
Generally on special teams like that, it's a block to the back.
And nobody is near the ball. Oh, here they go. They're bringing it back.
What is that?
What's that call?
Oh, they're going to take it from.
Point of the foul. Looks like it's looks.
I don't know. He said he just did this.
Oh, you know what? I wanted to rep the penalty. They're my yard short.
Oh, it is. It could be. Are they, well, we're going to find. Yes, it does look like. It looked like they roughed the kicker. Now I didn't see it because I turned once he punted the ball.
Yeah, once he punted it, I was following the ball. I didn't. I knew it was. That he had gotten in close, but I didn't think he touched him.
Boy, I'd be shocked. That's not an auto first. Apparently not. It looks like it's. Yeah, boy, it looks like it is 4th and inches. So we don't get to see our first punt. I guess we did, but
We did, but
it gets erased in the book with the penalty.
So let me guess. Quarterback sneak.
That's what my money'd be on. And we've got a new quarterback, so it
With a
gives them a chance to take a look at it.
big quarterback.
A lot of personnel on the field. Oh, they are giving them the. Is it?
So there's a measurement, and the Marauders pick up the first down.
He gave it to him.
Boy, oh boy, that's a costly penalty. But I guess at 49-6, doesn't cost that much.
Blue Devils just got kicked in the teeth again.
So with 4 minutes to go, the clock is running.
Farnham is back in for quarterback. Looks like he'll finish up the game. Clock's running.
It's Justin Santiago.
Another run.
Torres bounces it out, makes it, good vision. Gain of 4, maybe 5. So now, as the clock runs down, 3:20, 3.5. This will second down. This will be our last drive of the game. So we're really, we'll do a quick wrap up at the end, but it really is about next week. This is going to be a lot of fun. We'll be out early. We'll make sure we get out here. We'll do a little more fan interview. We had some fun before the game with the fans. We'll try to get the coaches and set the stage for what finally, after, it was all stinkers last year. The Marauders just rolled everybody here at home. And then, tonight we're coming out with that. So we'll finally see ourselves I'm sure, a good game. I would be shocked if either team put it on the other. Like I said, I'm going to be interested to see how Olean did with Maryville tonight. Well, Dunkirk is tuning up. They had to play a very difficult game against a good team. He's got some room. Nice run. Well, we know Farnham Jesus can handle the ball.
Farnham takes the ball around the right side.
But a very nice keeper.
Quarterback keeper, and he'll take it down to the 20.
We're now under 2 minutes.
The Blue Devils. Yeah, first down for the Marauders.
Total yardage is just so lopsided to the Dunkirk side. They've gone up and down the field.
It's only been twice that Blue Devils have even
been on their side.
Sniffed on
Yeah.
Marauders side.
That didn't work. That was a busted play.
Quarterback keeps it. He's tackled on the play immediately for no gain.
So next week, Olean here in Dunkirk,
Olean here in Dunkirk.
7:30.
Right
start.
on. It's listed as a 7:30 start. They juggle once in a while, but I bet it'll be a 7:30 start. If it's listed, they'll hold to that. Olean will roll in. Like I said, we'll do a little pregame because by then we'll have another game under our belt, and we'll know how they did with Olean. Oh, he's got some room. Once again, even the second group of offensive linemen is just blowing open holes.
Justin Santiago takes it down.
Santiago didn't get touched until he was 4 or 5 yards down.
Down at about 2. The kid's only 5'5".
Do have to admit it's fantastic to see Dunkirk like this.
Sure.
After years of just struggling.
Right, Tier 2 play. Yeah, now it's just a powerhouse. So I think that's going to be the last play. We're under 30 seconds.
And Santiago takes it down to the 25, inside 25.
It looks like if they do anything, it'll be
Time's going to run on the clock.
they're just going to let it run off.
Sure.
9, 8, 7, 6.
And Dunkirk gets to shake hands and ring the bell.
1, and that's your ball game.
So as we wrap up now,
And the final score, the Marauders 49.
So we're seeing a lopsided game, but we did see some vulnerability in that secondary
Yeah.
from Dunkirk, and
I want to remind everyone,
it
not
will.
exactly sure why that was, but it seems like they're not reacting well to a sped up offense.
It will be very, very interesting to watch next week, and that so big game. Olean coming in 7:30. Olean's going to come in, perhaps undefeated, at least 2-1, and Dunkirk certainly coming in undefeated. It is the real test game within the division. We expected Depew to be a test game, and it was. Dunkirk passed with a 21-19 win. Now they've
And really,
breezed through a couple of opponents
And that was only because they let Depew into the game late.
at the end. Yeah.
Right at the end, so
Now
they're
Olean.
proving that they can be a powerhouse again this year.
Yeah, no question about it. So here we are with, so just a quick, we had,
I'll see you guys.
take care, Tony. See you tomorrow.
as I look up and down, we had 2 touchdowns for Velez, both coming from throws from Rivera. We had a touchdown for Zeke Torres. We had 2 touchdowns for Taiwan Wright. We had a touchdown for Quan Cleckley. And that route, and then we had a lot of extra points, and very excited to
Make some history.
to see some
this
history
week.
today. Yeah, the gals. It was I think the day belonged. The night really belonged to the offensive line. They just manhandled East Aurora. The backs ran well. But boy, it was kind of fun to watch those girls kick those extra points.
Definitely, and they were no slouches, right down the middle, right, strong kicks, very impressive.
So with that, we'll wrap up. Anybody that's left on a 49-6 night, thank you for staying with us, and we'll see you next week. We'll. What do you think, Gabe? Kickoff, Gabe Taylor running the show. Kickoff about 7 o'clock next week with some coach interviews and some fans, and lead us right up into the game, maybe even a little earlier. Do you have any? 6:45. All right. Do we have any plans for a repeat of this?
Yeah, we'll start repeating tomorrow night. I couldn't give you a time.
Gotcha.
So Gabe's going to repeat this game tomorrow night.
Let's say 7 p.m.
7 p.m. tomorrow. So if you're still out there and you're a parent or a friend or a fan and you want to watch the game, 7 o'clock tomorrow. And with that, it's Greg Krauser for Mike Civiletto. Mike, any closing words?
Nope, just thanks to Gabe Taylor for manning the camera, and congratulations to the Dunkirk Marauders.
And with that, we're out.